and welcome back to The Rest is AI. Today I'll talk about a topic that learners from my courses ask me all the time. That is, what is the difference between artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning and generative AI? In today's day and age, these terms get thrown around like all the time. But what do they actually mean? Are they interchangeable or is there a clear difference? By the end of this video, you will not only understand each one of them, but also see how they power the modern technology shaping our world. So hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and let us dive into this AI adventure. Let us start with artificial intelligence or AI. The broadest term in this lineup. It describes any system, software or machine that can perform tasks that actually require the human mind. Think reasoning, planning, recognizing patterns, understanding language, or even spotting your face in a photo. Here's a real world example. When you ask your smart speaker what is the weather like today and it answers, that's AI. Or when Netflix suggests a show you end up watching in one go, that's AI too. The core idea is that AI mimics human intelligence, but it's not just about machines thinking like us. It's about them solving problems in clever ways. Now, AI is a massive field. Picture AI as a giant toolbox, and machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI are specific tools inside that box, each with its own strengths. Next up is machine learning or ML. This is where things get exciting. Machine learning is a subset of AI and it's all about teaching computers to learn from data without being spoon-fed every single instruction. Instead of coding out exact rules, you give an ML system examples and then it figures out the patterns for you. Let's break it down with an example. Say you want an app to detect spam emails. Old school programming would mean writing rules like if the email says win $1 million or has 5 exclamation mark, you will flag it. With machine learning, you feed the system thousands of emails, some spam, some legit, and it learns what makes an email fishy. Over time, it gets really good at catching those spam emails, even ones that you did not anticipate. Now, ML comes in 3 main types. First is supervised learning. Supervised learning is a machine learning technique where algorithms learn from labeled dataset to make predictions. It involves training a model and input data paired with correct output, allowing it to learn the relationship between them. This learned model can then be used to predict outcomes on new unseen data. And then comes unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning is a type of machine learning that focuses on identifying patterns and structures in unlabeled data. Unlike supervised learning, which uses labeled data to train models, unsupervised learning algorithms learn from data without explicit guidance, aiming to discover hidden relationships and groupings within the data. Last in the list is reinforcement learning. In this type, an agent learns to make decisions by interacting with an environment and receiving rewards and penalties for its action. The goal here is for the agent to learn policy or strategy that maximizes the cumulative reward that it receives over a period of time. The system learns by trial and error, like a robot figuring out how to navigate a maze by trying different paths. Okay, now let us level up to deep learning or DL. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning and it's where things start feeling like a bit sci-fi. DL uses neural networks. It's a system inspired by the human brain. These networks are made of layers of interconnected nodes, just like digital neuron that processes data in complex manner. But what sets deep learning apart from machine learning? Well, it's a beast at handling massive, messy data like images, audios, and videos and raw text and finding patterns that regular machine learning might fail on. For example, deep learning is why self-driven cars can spot stop signs in a split second, or your phone's voice assistant understands your voice even with background noise, or maybe apps that can translate languages in real time. Let us have a look at how this actually works at a high level. Data goes into neural network's input layer, gets transformed through hidden layers where the magic happens, and comes out as a prediction or classification. Each layer refines the data, picking up on finer details like edges in an image or tones in speech. But deep learning is not actually perfect. It needs tons of data and computing power. Think warehouses of GPUs humming away. Neural networks are often called as black boxes because even experts cannot explain why they make certain decisions. Also, training them can have a carbon footprint bigger than a small town. Now the star of the show, generative AI. This is a subset of deep learning and it's the tech behind some of the coolest and sometimes wildest stuff out there. Generative AI creates new content from scratch, text, images, music, videos, even 3D models. You must have played with tools like ChatGPT or Grok or DeepSeek. These are generative AI models. They work by training on enormous datasets, think billions of web pages or even photos or even videos, and learning to mimic the patterns there. Then when you give a prompt, they generate something new. For example, if you type write a sci-fi story about a robot chef, and generative AI will do it for you. Ask for a watercolor painting of a dragon flying over a city and it creates that unique image. Feed it a melody and it composes a full song for you. Now there are few key types of generative AI. First ones are the famous LLMs or large language models. These churn out text like essays or code or blogs. Then there are diffusion models. These power AI art building images step by step from random noise. And lastly, there are generative adversarial networks, that is GANs. Two neural networks compete. One generates content and the other critiques it, resulting in hyper-realistic outputs. Generative AI is a creative powerhouse in arts and writing. The downside, it can hallucinate, spitting out convincing but wrong information like maybe claiming the moon is made of cheese. Also raises ethical questions like who owns AI generated art? And yes, it can be misused as well, like creating deepfakes. So how do these four fit together? Let us use an analogy to tie it up. AI is a giant tech workshop. Everything that mimics human intelligence lives here. Machine learning is a set of workstations in that AI workshop, letting systems learn from data without rigid rules. Deep learning is a high-tech 3D printer in one of those stations, crafting complex outputs with neural networks. Generative AI is an artist using that printer to create original masterpieces. Each layer builds on the one before. You need AI's big vision to have machine learning's trick to get to deep learning, and deep learning's neural network to unlock generative AI's creativity. Together, they are really transforming the industries nowadays from medicine to entertainment. They are everywhere. AI is in your phone, your car, your job, even in your email. Machine learning predicts your next purchase. Deep learning powers facial recognition. Generative AI is creating viral memes and writing emails. So understanding them helps you navigate a world where tech is the king. Second, these fields are shaping the future. AI is helping doctors catch diseases earlier. ML is fighting climate change by optimizing energy use. Deep learning is making robots smarter. Generative AI is sparking debates about creating jobs and ethics, like whether AI should get credit for a famous song. Lastly, if you're curious about tech careers, knowing these terms is the step one. And there you have it, the ultimate breakdown of AI, machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI. I hope this cleared up the confusion and got you excited about what is possible in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.